Communication is quite a broad topic, so to narrow it down for today's video, we will be focusing on mass communication and the mass media. Mass communication is how we communicate on a much larger global scale, and it includes journalism. It is meant to play the role of the fourth estate, but through media ownership and spreading misinformation, it no longer plays this role. I'm Brooke Lynch, and in today's video, I will be sharing exactly how this has happened using 3 different theories: fourth estate theory, media intrusion theory, and manufactured consent. Fourth estate theory believes that genuine political power resides with the press. It is based on the relationship between the reader and the press being educational and in the reader's interest. It also relies on journalistic independence, which means that journalism remains unaffected by those in power. Examples of this being applied into modern society would be through the MEAA's Journalistic Code of Ethics, which states that journalists must remain fair, independent, and honest, along with respecting the rights of others. However, this isn't something that all journalists must abide by, and this is very much shown through certain owned media. Media intrusion theory is based on the idea that the elite hold all of the power and can therefore influence our opinions and politics. This is something that is very much evident in Australia. Australia's traditional media ownership is heavily concentrated, with Fairfax and News Corp owning majority of our news sources. Researchers from New Zealand in 2016 stated that News Corp's owner, Rupert Murdoch, owned 57.5% of Australia's news. Former Prime Ministers Malcolm Turnbull and Kevin Rudd have both spoken out about the influence Murdoch and News Corp has had on our politics.
Your employers, the Murdoch Media, has gone from being a news organisations that at election times tended to lean more to the right than the left, to become pure propaganda.
So Murdoch is effectively setting the tone and the content and the parameters of the national and state media conversation.
Both of these men are from opposite sides of politics, so this really shows just how much influence Murdoch has had. We expect that the most prominent news sources remain truthful and are the fourth estate. So when they're not, this isn't something we have agreed to. This goes into the theory of manufactured consent. Chomsky's theory of manufactured consent believes that our consent is being manufactured through propaganda. Through media organizations, advertising, structure, and ownership, the readers are manipulated as they aren't given all of the information. Murdoch's News Corp is the perfect example of this because they constantly spread misinformation and have a right-wing ideological focus. This is shown through the thesis paper Dean Gallagher did in 2019, where he reviewed 21 articles from News Corp and found clear patterns of ideological misinformation. Murdoch's News Corp empire has obliterated the idea of journalists needing to be the fourth estate. It has instead allowed influential media sources owned by the rich to spread misinformation. This is important to me because journalism is the backbone of our society, and it's spreading misinformation which is dividing us further. Journalists are meant to be honest and trustworthy, but some of our most influential news sources are not. People naturally believe what they are writing because we believe that it has to be factual and the truth. It's worrying because, as shown through News Corp, that's not always the case.